for rejoining us after that hour break. We all needed it. If you have any questions for new media in the room, we do have two runners with microphones. If you could just raise your hand, we will get their microphone to you with time permits, and we'll just get started now. I am joined by the amazing Carol Lawson in your third season at Duke. You're also joined by two of your standout players in sophomore Reagan Richardson and the senior guard Celeste Taylor. So we're just going to talk and get straight to it. We were kind of like goofing around right before we came up here, and we said we got a little bit of unfinished business to take care of. But when you're looking at what you have in this season, the pieces that you're even getting back from injury, what does it look like for this Blue Devil team?
I think the thing that stands out about our group, and again, we're only through the first couple weeks of practice, but I think we are deeper than we were a year ago. I think we have more size, and I think we have more athleticism. And, so those are all good things for our group. And I think we also have a lot of multiple two-way players, players that can guard, that are versatile defensively, that can guard a number of positions, but then also offensively can put pressure on defenses. So hopefully that translates to a good start to the season for us.
And you were just mentioning just the three things. You said you had the depth. That's the biggest thing for this group as well, and I know that's important to you. But even when you're looking at the freshmen and how they've been able to step up in this role, I know that even with Dave Wilson, she's not here, but the depth that you have with her and how she can even grow from even last season being named the freshman of the year. What are some things that you've seen in her in that jump in just one off season?
It's a challenge to be a freshman point guard in this league, and I thought Shy did a good job of managing that, responsibility, because you have to make sure that we get in our offenses. You have to try and play make, you have to score, and then you have to defend your position. And there's so many good players in this league at that spot. So, she's continuing to grow and mature. And, now that she's in her sophomore year, there's not as many firsts, and she's been around the league one time, and I think that'll help her in her sophomore year.
From one great sophomore to the next, we have Reagan and what you've been able to accomplish last season, but what's the most important thing for you to make sure that how you impact the team, what stands out to you and what that looks like for your role?
Mainly for me, I just want to stay confident myself. I feel like for me, I'm hard on myself a lot, and that's what I'm trying to work on, is not be so hard on myself, because I tend to mess up and stuff like that. So just staying confident and keeping my effort at 100% even more, that's what I want to do.
We were joking around. I was like, well, you're doing something right if you're at media day, so you could smile a little bit, so you're definitely putting in the work. You talked about staying confident, but is there any aspect of your game where you feel like you can build on it or just add a little bit something different to your bag?
I mean, it's always something that you can improve on. I feel like every day I work with the coaches and everything on ball handling, just stretching my range, working on mid-range. I feel like there's the little things that I'm trying to work on just to make my game to the next level.
And then Celeste being a senior and just understanding what it takes to win. You've seen it at different angles, even coming in at Duke. So what's important to you? What are a couple of the priorities for you to understand when you told me that we got unfinished business? What are a few things that are very important for you guys to solidify?
I think for us as a group in general is just being able to compete every single day and get after it, being consistent, because I know sometimes it's hard. Some days people have bad days, people have good days, but just being able to lean on each other and know that, we're sisters and we have each other's backs. When somebody's down, to be able to pick them back up and just being consistent and competing.
Coach, it seems like they got the message, handle hard better. You think?
I don't know. I don't know if they listen to me when I'm talking to them, but I will say about not just these two, but our entire group to this point this year, they have come in with a great maturity, with a great work ethic, and trying to do what we're asking them to do on both ends of the floor. And so I enjoy coming into practice every day and working with them as they want to learn, they want to get better, and we have a good amount of cohesion already, just in the short time frame. So our goal is to keep building on that, and hopefully by the first game we'll be ready to have a good effort.
Absolutely, and the games come in hot because your challenge, your non-conference schedule is definitely spectacular. Looking at Portland, Oregon, and that PK legacy, UConn in November, and then you also have either Iowa or Oregon State as well. So just being challenged right out of the gate. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for from your team at that point?
Well, we're going to challenge ourselves in the non-conference. I think it's the best way to prepare for the ACC. The ACC is the toughest conference in the country, I think, this season. And so in order to prepare for that, you have to play other challenging teams. So we're going to be tested, in any number of our games. We're going to some challenging road environments as well in our non-conference. And we want to see where we are. We don't want to wake up in January and see where we are for the first time. We want to know in November and December where we are, where we can improve, and hopefully we can win some of those as well.
You're looking at your roster too, and what the makeup of that is. You have 9 letter winners returning to your squad as well. How important is that? You mentioned there hasn't been any issues with cohesion. How important is that? And then even the 4 new faces that you have to your roster, what does that look like as far as like where they find and fit in at this point?
Well, you certainly look to your players that have been in your program before to show the way in a lot of respects. It could be something as simple as a drill that they know how it goes, and so they can show the way. We have a mix of newcomers. We have newcomers with great collegiate experience, and then we have freshmen. And so I think all of our returning players have done a great job of welcoming them, of teaching them, of showing them how we do things, and then I think they're doing a great job of bringing what they bring. We don't want anybody to shrink from who they are and what they can bring to our team. We want everybody's best stuff. So I think you have to have a group that's open to sharing success. That's really important in a team sport. Like, you have to be able to be okay with someone else getting shine, be okay with someone else having success, and know that it's not a zero-sum game. Like, it's not like if Celeste experiences success, then Reagan won't. Or because Celeste is experiencing success, Reagan can't, right? There's an opportunity for our entire team to have success and to reap the benefits of being on a good team. And the way you all share in that is you win. When you win, everybody feels good about what you're doing.
Okay, and then just feeling good about even going into this next season. I will start with you. Just what have you seen in the few practices that you have had that gives you the confidence that you guys can continue to build and really be a contender for the title?
Just us competing with each other each and every day, making each other better. Okay. I feel like that's something that we have an advantage on, just because we make each other better, and we're not here to just do we're not here being selfish per se. We're just here to make each other better and to see each other improve.
Okay. And Celeste, for you, what does that look like? Just kind of keeping everybody on the same page. I know it's probably easier said than done, but understanding what the goal is for you guys. What are you hoping to see right out of the gate from this group?
I mean, similarly to Reagan, I think we have a really good mindset. I think all the players on the team, they want to win. And when you have teammates that want to win just as bad as you do, it makes things a lot easier. They're willing to do the little things. They're willing to do whatever it is that, that needs to be done in order for us to win. And when you have players and teammates and coaches who are willing to give everything that they can in order to make sure that you are successful and that the team is successful and that you get the job done, it's just a great feeling, and it just makes it even more better and just a place that you want to be and something you want to be a part of.
Perfect. I am going to open it up to the audience if anyone has a question. We do have one right here in the second row. If you can just say your name and your affiliation, please.
Yes, ma'am. Royal Howell, Carolina Blitz. Coach Lawson, you had a video come out about 2 weeks ago on the Duke women's basketball page about wanting the easy way in life, embracing their struggle, going through adversity. Can you just elaborate with us on what that message was to the team and how did they take it?
The message was just having an understanding that you're going to face different obstacles, and it's really how you handle them and training yourself to handle adversities better. And I think all of us, not just up here, all of us in this room, face things daily in our personal lives and our professional lives that are challenging. And my goal for my players, which I tell them a lot, is like to prepare them for after they're done playing for me. I only have them 4 years. I don't have them a long period of time. And so when your time with someone is short, your time day to day with someone is short, it's really, really important that you give freely, you give everything that you have to give to them so that they can be successful. And so I have, it's an understanding of that, because every year there's players that are with me that are no longer with me because they graduate and they go on to live their life. So I want to impact them as young women as much as I can. If there's something that I feel that is important to share with them that can help them down the road, then I'm going to do that.
Thank you. We have one more question.
Hi, and thank you for taking my question. Jennifer Lewis, New Stitched Media. I was wondering, with Coach Staley's stance on not playing BYU, how has that positively impacted your team, and just the positive impact and the sisterhood amongst that relationship?
Well, I can't speak to that decision specifically. Obviously, we are really supportive of our Duke volleyball players, and it obviously affected our school first before it affected anything at another school. It was an issue between our players and the crowd there. So, I think what we've done as a group is to support our volleyball team to the best of our ability, and to make sure that they know that we're there for them. And our players have relationships with the volleyball players before the unfortunate incident. But that's really to be honest, I'm not trying to avoid your question. Our focus has been on Duke and has been on the young women on our campus, that were adversely affected by that incident.
Thank you. Any other questions from the audience before I bring it back? Nope. All right, great. Well, I wanted to go into a lighter note a little bit. Congratulations. Just looking at, with Chelsea Gray and then winning the gold with the FIBA team is pretty awesome. And just that, what that meant to you, and then obviously being able to share in that with another Duke alum.
It was a special experience to have the opportunity to coach, for the national team and work with great players. And as you mentioned, Chelsea is having a heck of a year. She's on one right now. I mean, she is the best point guard in the world, and she is proving that in every arena, and just coming up big in every clutch situation, it feels like, the last 12 months. So it was great to work with her, up close every day, and see how much that she puts into the game. And it didn't surprise me at all, because to be at that level, you have to have a great commitment to the game. And she plays the game with a great level of intelligence and has a great understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of her teammates, and is become an outstanding leader as well. So we're very proud to call her an alum, and she supports us. Obviously, she's come back every year that I've been a coach to visit with our players and to support them. So I'm sure we'll see her this year at some point.
I mean, her jersey's in the rafters. I mean, she has to come back at this point. She's been doing an incredible job.
She is. She's doing an incredible job, and I don't think she's done yet. I think there's quite a few more years left for Chelsea.
I would like to say this, just when you're going into this season, this third season with Duke, is there anything that you've altered or changed as far as your philosophy and what you're taking to build this group into a championship contending team?
I wouldn't say that I've had a philosophical change. I think it's more, we hope to piggyback off of what Celeste said. We hope to be more consistent in meeting our standard. We want to be a better defensive team than we were a year ago, want to be more disruptive, want to be more complete offensively. So you just try to be more consistent in those areas, more so than saying we've got to change things or you know, upset the apple cart. We just want to be more consistent, and hopefully that'll translate to more wins for us.
Okay, thanks so much for your time, ladies. Good luck this season. Coach, it's always good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.